Alright, here is the beginning. I know it's a bit darker in here, but it's nighttime. My light's kind of suck in this room. But this here is the beginning to a large enclosure for larger snakes. Berms, medium-sized retics, anything probably up to about 20 feet. So, yeah. And that's the beginning. That's the pieces. It was what? How many? It was
$162.
$162 for everything we needed. Those hinges, handles, plywood, screws, drill bits, 2x4s, 7 2x4s, and what? 4 sheets of plywood? 3 sheets of plywood, 8x4. So that's my project for tonight. Dave here from BloodyPythons.com, and check this out. This is what we got going on so far. This is the bottom of the cage. So we have the frame support on the bottom of the cage, and I can actually screw in my wheels on the bottom of the 4 wheels once we get them. But right now we're still debating if we're going to do that or if this is going to be on top of something. This would be the front door when it's done. Right now the front door is just sitting on here because I wanted to make sure it fit and it was flush, which it is. And then, I don't know if you can see these lines or not, but turn it off for a second, please. What I did now is I did my measurements and my lining for my plexiglass windows. This right here is the plexiglass windows we're going to use. They're going to go like this, and I measured them perfectly to be 2 inches in from the edge of the plywood, and then 1 inch. We're going to put a 2x4 down the center here and 1 there. This will be solid stationary once it's in place like this. And from this line over will be screwed on with the window in the center. Same thing with that end, and then we will have.
You gonna knock on the plexiglass and show how hard it is?
Yeah, it's a good eighth of an inch.
No, it's a 1/4 inch.
0.22, 22. It's yeah. Anyway, so. It's really strong and it's smaller, so it won't have, yeah, it's nice, and it won't have as much give. This centerpiece is going to be the door, and the door is going to have the hinges on the top so it opens upward. You have a nice handle for it. We need to get new hinges though, because they were too small. Now, let's go around to the back side there. You can see the top of the cage, which is now the back side, is all the writing is inside, so we're going to do a nice stain on the outside. Maybe we might even do a nice antiquing to it, but everything's flush as far as the sides and the back go. And then, let's take a shot at this is the inside. If you come back over here, dear. This is the inside. You can see my edges stick up some because it will be flush once all the wood's in place. We'll put a 2x4 here and a 2x4 here, and I might even put 1 in the center and the back. Just to give it some more strength up and down. Actually, I will probably do that. Brittany is now taking some great stuff because she's got some great stuff, and we're going to do the entire back first and then the sides with great stuff, and then we're going to take some of that spray rock paint and we're going to do a nice rock to the sides and the back. It's going to be really pretty, and then once that's done, I will paint the inside and seal it completely. After that, we're going to use caulking and go around all the nice and tight edges and do all the caulking for humidity. I'm going to drill 1 hole, probably about 2 inches, 1.5 inches maybe, enough to get a cord through it. And we're going to, on the back side here, from that side to that side, we're going to run, actually I might even only go halfway, depending on how much heat tape I have. But we're going to heat tape the bottom.
We have 8 foot of heat tape.
8 foot of heat tape. Then we'll probably go all along the back side. And then there will be some good bedding and stuff in there. I might put linoleum or something over the heat tape so it's not getting damaged by pee or humidity or whatever. But with that belly heat, and I'm going to take like a 4-foot light, an incandescent light, no heat. That will be mounted at the top, poured around the back side so it's well lit, good heat, plexiglass windows on the front, opening door in the center, which I can actually cut the center out for a 3rd piece of plexiglass if we decide to. We've done it at a later date. And this is going to be sturdy, and it's still going to be rather lightweight, 2-man lift. Stained outside, painted inside, sealed. And for what is it,
62.
162 right now, but that does not include the great stuff because you already had it. It's kind of expensive.
It's $3 a can.
$3 a can. And then we got the paints and things like that. But that's all on your preference. We haven't gotten the wheels yet. So I'm going to estimate about $200 for a good build, for a good cage to fit a full adult size Burmese python. Possibly even a retic. You might have to go a little bit wider. Going with 24 inches for, I believe it was, actually I think it's a little bit more with everything else on it. Almost 25 inches, and that's because of doorways. The average door is 32 inches wide, so you can only go so wide with the cage if you want to get it out of your house. Alright, we'll be back. Okay, real fast. You can see the great stuff's already in. So the wife went to get a couple more cans, and she went to get like stains and paints and stuff, but the rock texture paint. But you can get a good idea of how rocky and rough it's gonna look back there, like little stones and things like that. That will be a backdrop and be all painted like stone and stuff, which will be really nice. Here's what I've got done so far. This is still the front, not the top. I just have this way so I can work with it a little bit easier. This would be the door right here. And I'm thinking about getting a big piece of plexiglass and maybe doing like a pattern of some sort here, or maybe I'll just get my wood burning tools and burn something onto it. I don't know yet. We're gonna see. I'm gonna do something fancy with that. I want to see the snake more, so really maybe just do a bigger sheet of plexiglass. And then here we have, you can see I already cut it out. It's already divided there and divided here. Hinges will go on top. It'll lift upward, and I'm gonna get a safety latch for it. These still come back off. They'll get stained outside, painted on the inside, and then I'll mount the plexiglass from the inside. Never mount your plexiglass from the outside because snakes push out. You want to push against the wood, not off the wood. So keep that in mind. Or if you use galvanized steel, wire, something like that, you want to put it on the inside. But it'll get lined up a little bit better. And all the caulking's got to get done. And so that's the general idea of the front. Yeah, that middle needs plexiglass. I want to see the snake as much as possible. And advice is, instead of, I could have gotten a solid sheet of 8-foot plexiglass, but you don't want that. You want the smaller pieces because they're actually stronger. Try, it's hard to explain, but if it's a smaller area for them to push on rather than longer with no enforcements, because if it's smaller you got more bracing throughout. So this door will come off for now, and when it's open, that's what it will look like. So I'm going to put a 2x4. I'm about ready to mark this, measure, and probably cut. But a 2x4 is going to go here, probably from this lip right here on over to about here, and that door will actually have some reinforcements for the door and for these windows. So 2x4 will go here, and the 2x4 will go here, and that will also support the weight from top to bottom. Now my wife went ahead and didn't save me a spot in the middle for my 2x4. I was going to put across the back for support, but we're not really looking at putting anything on top of this cage. And it is 3/4 inch plywood, so it should be strong enough with everything. And I like doing a smaller door rather than a full. My wife at first wanted to do a full front door, and I don't like the idea because of the hinging. It's going to put a lot of weight on the hinges, not to mention it takes away from all your support on the front if nothing's fastened. So if this screwed all on that bottom, all on that side, all along that top, all on that edge right there, that reinforces your front. That reinforces your front. The center will not, because the door is there and it's not going to be screwed in anywhere. But then that's where the supports on the 2x4s, one here and one here, come in handy. That will support that. The full back side is supported by a full sheet of 3/4 inch plywood. The sides are supported by a 3/4 inch plywood. So this area technically would be your weakest spot of your cage. And that's why I want to put those 2x4 supports. Alright, so it's coming along, and see you soon. So this is the cage. I'm trying to get better position. This is the cage standing up, because now we're working on this bottom side. You know what, Dad, hand me, hurry fast. Take the drill battery and plug it into the light battery. Let me shine some light in here. Wait, not my Faja. You know my Faja. My Faja. Oh, your father. Okay, Pops. So, this is how it looks. It's all rock and dirt. Look, you got moss up in there now. So we got moss up in there. That's the back of the actual cage. This is one of the sides. Just finished this one up now.
It's not finished.
Well, it's not finished, but it's started. Moss looks really good in here. Then here's the side that's not done. This is the other side. It's just all the foam right now. So I'm about to flip the cage back over, and so that's at the bottom. And then.
Where's the light planet side? Maybe that one.
Oh, you sure? Because you can get better angle if you're shooting straight down than from the side. Anywho, so we're about to do that side. Then tomorrow, I guess we're gonna hit the white all in there and up in there. That's the bottom. We're painting tonight. Sweet baby Jesus. So the inside might be done tonight, and then we'll give it a few days to gas out. Here are this is the door. This is the inside of the door. It's gonna be all white. This is the big ass light we're gonna put in.
Well, not the exact one.
Not the, oh yeah, because that one's not gonna work, is it?
Yeah, we're gonna buy a case one.
Okay, so we'll buy one with the case on it, and it's gonna have one UV light, one regular light, and that will get mounted on the top there. But this is done. This is the inside of the door. It's gonna be white for reflecting, and then these are the insides of the windows. I gotta do a second coat on these, but this is gonna be white as well for reflecting. And turn it off. Sorry. And then plexiglass. I already pre-drilled all my holes for the plexiglass already, which will go on the inside of that. So once I do the second coat on those, they dry. I'll probably flip them to the other side and do my stain, because all the outside will be stained. Sweet baby Jesus. So doors might be done, or windows might be done tonight, door might be done tonight, and inside might be done tonight. Say hi. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so now we got the paint going in for the sealer. And I'm really hoping this camera does justice, but that is actually the floor right there. And that's the backdrop and the side drops. So, painting the floor white right now. Like I said, inside the door, inside the windows white. We still gotta, once that dries now, actually real soon, we're gonna flip this, and then we're gonna do the roof white. A couple coats of sealer on that, and then we need a light. We can mount the light in afterwards, right? I gotta go to Lowe's and buy the light and buy the the lights. Do they have that piece I need for the drill?
Yeah.
To drill the hole. Drill on this side over here. I'm going to drill the hole through 2-inch hole or so for the plugs, and then I'm going to pull the heat tape out. Yeah, I want to heat tape it before. I have to try to find that aluminum tape as well. That's what we're going to hold the heat tape down with. But it's coming along really nicely, and it's degassing very nicely as well. Like, it's drying real fast, and you can barely smell it. So, but there we go. That's what it looks like inside. It's gonna be a nice cage. Okay, so now we have the support frames in. The inside's finished up. I gotta put a little hole over here for the extension cords, or for the light cord and the heat tape cord. Yeah, it's been painted. Brittany's already started doing the stain. The top's stained already. It gives it a really nice look. So she's got the top done. She's about to do the sides. We'll do the sides yet, and we're gonna do the back. And I already got the doors done. The doors have been, sorry, these are the windows. The windows are stained. Plexiglass is in. I just have to go back through and peel the plastic off once we're done. So it's coming along. Both windows are ready to be mounted. I will probably do that last. Then the door, of course. But yeah, it's slowly coming along. It's gonna be a nice enclosure. Overall, was it 260 now is what we're sitting at? Brittany,
What?
260?
No, 200.
200. And like I said, the only thing we have not gotten is the bit to...
It's 240 if you include the foam and the paint.
Okay, for the foam paint, for everything that we've done, 240. But if you do your own thing, then it could cost you less. Cheaper wood, cheaper paints,
Instead
no
of doing all
stain.
great stuff, do an actual bark background.
Yeah, you can do a bark background instead of the great stuff, which might actually cost you more, I think, in the long run.
Trees are free.
Trees are free, but you still get the glue to put it on.
Use great stuff.
Well, then that's still using great stuff.
You have great stuff the entire thing.
Oh yeah, got you. Alright, so onward.
Move like
Okay, so here we go. We got the thermostat set up. Nothing's plugged in yet as far as the thermostat goes, but we got the thermostat set up to the probe. This is the tank from back here. So it's pretty long, 8 foot long. And then we get a closer look at everything here. This is the main door, double hinged. They're industrial hinges. We have locks, one down here and one down here. And then we have the handle. Now the fun part. Grab the handle, lifts upward. Sits right on top. So it allows you to have full access. In here we have the probe and the heat tape. Probe, we don't need the heat tape to monitor the temperature of the heat temp or of the heat tape. We're gonna have the water over on this side, a water dish over on that side there, and then we're about to put the mulch in. So this whole bottom will be lined with mulch, so it's not direct contact with the heat tape. And we have 2 lights that run, they're all wired into the top. One back over here and one back over here, aimed inward towards the rocks. So this is the inside. And you've watched the video. Everything was done. Okay, so the cage is complete. That's the door open. And you can see it's got a good stain to it. When the door is up, the handle keeps it from hitting the thermostat. And the handle on the back side of it. We're going to close it up here in a second so you can see what it looks like closed. Inside's been sealed. Outside's been completely stained. The wires run down the back side. It's got the hole up at the top right there for the wires to run in for the 2 lights. And the heat tape, which is underneath the cypress mulch, along with the probe. Got the light up there and the light up there. So there's 2 lights in it. And then it's got the plastic, it's like what is it, the liner for the cement troughs. That's her water dish, and it fits in there nice and perfect. And she loves it already, and she's drinking like crazy. And she loves it. She's 9 foot right now. 8 foot 7, 8 foot 5.
8'7".
8 foot 7. Got the locks on the bottom, one on each side, and the plexiglass, and all the rock structure is done. This is completely, well, not completely done, right? We want to get 2 more handles for that side and that side so we can lift it better, and then maybe eventually we'll put it on some wheels, because right now it's going to go on a stand. Once we get the stand in, it'll go on a stand, so we're not putting the wheels on yet. I'm very happy with it. I want to close it up, and I will go from a distance and get a good look at it.
Open first?
Yeah, I guess I'll do one that open first. So that's Calypso's new home. I love it. And then we're going to do a night shot as well. And the door in the center, we're actually contemplating. We probably will when we have more money. I'm going to get a jigsaw and cut out the center and put another piece of plexiglass in the center as well. Want to turn those two lights out? Turn on some lights, you know? I'll do it.
Do what?
Turn these lights out. See?
No, how?
Let me see how it looks with the lights off. So when we're sitting at night. You can do that one on. Or, yeah, that one. Go out. Alright, here we go. Look at that. Lights up really nice. And we are going to swap one of the lights out with a UV light, right? Eventually. This is an 18-inch or 14-inch? 14, I think. 24. Yeah, it was 24. So put a UV light in probably on the water side. And she's already soaking. I am really... It's probably one of the better cages we've done. We've had one for the old Sparty. We have one for Sunshine.
Cage we've ever built too.
Yeah, it was the cheapest and the best, considering everything that's been done to it. Alright, so that is it for now. And stay tuned, maybe you'll see some more builds from us. Brittany did awesome with the freaking rocks in there. Cypress mulch is really good as far as keeping the humidity. That's her favorite rocks right there. Alright, Calypso. In the water, go figure.